Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Champions playthrough. Today we're going to be doing a Protection Shadowcat deck versus the Four Horsemen of Apocalypse. So, let's do the setup here. I'm shuffling up the encounter deck. We have a shark. Okay, so we've got the Horsemen of Apocalypse. This is the main scheme. We are going to be using Dystopian, Nightmare, and Hounds. It says shuffle the Four Horsemen villains, then reveal them in a row from left to right. Place the active counter on the leftmost villain, and then each player reveals a random side scheme from the Four Horsemen encounter set. This is going to go up by one per player, one threat. It says after a villain activates, move the active counter to the next villain. If this stage is completed, the players lose the game. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle these up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. We're going to do Pestilence, Death, Famine, and War. They're going to be the order that we're going to be placing them through. The active counter will go on Pestilence. Pestilence says it's 2-1, 9 health. After Pestilence attacks you, if there's at least 1 hit point, treat your text box as if it were blank, except for traits, until the next villain phase begins. And then Pestilence cannot be defeated while another villain has at least 1 hit point. And they all kind of do that. So Death would be after he attacks you. If it has at least 1 hit point, deal 1 damage to each character you control. Famine will discard the top cards of our deck, and War will discard an upgrade or support we control. So we have the little Megalodon there. It's going to be our active counter, and then we're going to flip over. Let's flip this too. We're going to flip until we get a side scheme from this encounter set, or this. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so we have the Spectre of Death. That's going to come out when the player who defeated the scheme deals 1 damage for each character to each character they control, and he gives a boost icon. So that's coming out. Comes in with 6 threat. Okay. All right. We're going to be using Kitty Pryde. So she starts with. Oh, let's do our health die. She starts with 9 health and 3 recovery. Setup is that you have a mass form upgrade card into play with the solid type face up, and then as an action we can flip our mass form upgrade, and we can do this once per round. Flipping over to Shadowcat, she's 2/2/2. Selective intangibility. While you are in phased form, Shadowcat ignores guard, patrol, and crisis icons. We have our solid side of our mass form. As the hero resource, we can exhaust this to generate a fist resource for an attack or defense event. And then as a response, after you attack or defend, you can flip this. And then we have phased form. It says while Shadowcat is defending, she cannot take damage. That's important to note because when we're playing an event that is a defense event, that counts as defending, so we won't take damage. And then a force response is after you attack or defend in phased form, flip this card. So you have to flip back to solid form. All right, so let's get into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what we got here. I like Death Focus, especially because Death Focus will let us do a lot of our stuff. This lets us remove Thwart. We have Acute Control. And I'm going to discard these 3. So we're going to keep these 3 and draw up. All right, so first things first. So we have the Airwalk. It lets us remove 4 threat if we're in phased form, so we're going to want to flip probably. Their abilities say after they attack you, then you do what the card says. So they still have to attack you. So if they were to scheme, it's not a big deal, but we're going to flip anyway. Acute Control, after you ignore patrol or guard, deal 2 damage to that minion. I don't like that my phased and confuses are going to be thrown out, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's flip. We're going to flip to this form. Actually, hold on. Let's do this. Let's use our ability to flip to phased. Then we're going to flip over. We're going to discard Jocasta for Death Focus. We all know love Death Focus. Death Focus is reduce the cost of the next superpower card you play by 1. Ooh, get my little tokens here. We're going to exhaust Death Focus to play Airwalk. So remove 2 threat from a scheme, or 4 instead if you're in phased mass form. So 4 gets removed from here. We are going to discard Phased and Confused for Acute Control. So after you ignore the Guard or Patrol ability, exhaust Acute Control to deal 2 damage to that minion. And then we're going to thwart 2 off of here to get rid of this. And then we're going to take a damage. And that is done. We're going to keep Defiance. We're going to draw up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're going to unexhaust. Unexhaust. So in this instance, okay, so this will be nice. This is thwart removal we don't really care about. Okay. So when you when a boost card is discarded instead. Okay. So we're going to add threat to the main scheme. Pestilence is going to attack us. So he's going to attack us for 1. We're going to play Defiance so that we're a defender. Defiance says when a boost card on an enemy attacking you would be turned face up, discard it instead. So the boost card comes up. It's going to be, we're going to discard this instead. So it just gets discarded. He would do 1, but it doesn't do anything because we're defending. We have to flip over. Because he attacked us, we're going to take a damage for this ability. And then after they activate, this gets moved down 1. Yeah, after villain activates, move this over. Yeah. So, oh no, we don't take a damage. All our traits are everything is blank. So after the villain attacks you, so everything is counted as blank here. So none of this stuff matters. So I don't know if I should block it with something. If I just block it with, that's blocked there. So we can't see what it says. It's blanked. Okay. So that's taken care of. We've moved this down. We have an encounter card. So the encounter card is going to be drawing near. It's an obligation. After your turn begins, discard the top card of the deck. Place 1 pursuit counter on the on pursued by the pass. For each printed resource on that card, as an alter ego action, discard an identity specific card from hand to discard this card. So we've got that obligation. It's our go. We're going to discard the top card here and add 1 counter to pursued by the past. Okay, so while we're at it here, let's go ahead and spend Death Focus and the Solid here to do Shadow. Oh, hold on. Let's actually do something first. We're going to attack for 2, and let's hit. We'll hit Death. Then we are going to use Death Focus and Solid for Shadowcat Surprise. Deal 3 damage to an enemy, ready your hero. So we're going to do 3 damage to Death. We're going to ready up. We're going to swing again, and we'll hit for 2. Let's discard Daredevil for Electrostatic Armor. After you defend against an attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. And then we are going to flip. Oops. And we are going to discard this to get rid of this. Okay. And we're going to end our go. We get our ability back. Oh, after I attacked, I'm going to flip this over. So after I attacked, I do get that. So, okay. We're going to add threat to the main scheme. He's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. We're going to move the counter down. We're going to play an encounter card. Hound has guard. When revealed, if you're in hero form, Hound attacks you. Otherwise, change your identity to hero form. All right, and the nice thing is with this, we can completely ignore it. All right, so let's see what we got here. We have a few options. We have Intangible Interference. So after you ignore the crisis icon on the scheme, exhaust Intangible Interference to remove 2 threat. Do I want to do anything in phased form first? I don't think there is anything for me to do in phased form, but we're going to have to flip back. So first off, we're going to attack for 2. We're going to hit Death. So Death takes 2 damage, and its ability won't pop off. Because we ignored guard because of our ability here, we're going to, and this force response flips us, we are going to do this ability to do 2 damage to Hound and defeat Hound. Then we are going to discard Strength and Intangible Interference for X-Jet. As a response, exhaust X-Jet to generate a wild resource for a player whose identity has an X-Men trait. We are going to exhaust Solid for the response there, Def Focus, and X-Jet for Phased Strike. Deal 6 damage to an enemy. If you're in phase form, you may discard an attachment with the text hero action or hero response from that enemy. So we're going to do 6 damage, and we are going to hit Famine. And then because I did that, we're going to flip over to phased form. And I think that's it. We're going to keep these side things, and we're going to draw up. Okay, so threat's going to get added. We have sidestep here. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of the damage you paid with a lightning resource, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Okay, so Famine's going to attack us. We are going to play sidestep by discarding defensive energy. When we discard defensive energy, when you spend this to play a defensive event, draw 1 card. And then we're going to play sidestep with that. When you take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of it. If you pay with a lightning resource, deal 1 damage to the enemy. So we're going to deal 1 damage to the enemy and we'll draw a card. He's going to hit us for 1, 2, 3, 4. We take no damage because we're defending. And then because we defended against an attack, we're going to deal 1 damage to the attacking character. So 1 damage from sidestep, 1 damage from electrostatic armor. We're going to flip. And then this is going to move down. I hope I did all that right. That was a lot going on. Okay, we're going to flip this over, and it's going to be Golden Horse. Attach the villain with the fewest hit points without aerial trait. Attached villain gains the aerial trait and is considered to have at least 1 hit point. And then a hero response after you attack the villain, resolve its force response as if it had just attacked you, discard this card. So this gets added to death. After the attached, okay, oh, but it already has aerial, so he won't get that. So attach the villain with the lowest amount of hit points and without the aerial trait. He has aerial by default, so we don't have to worry about that. He's 1 attack, 1 defense, or 1 attack, 1 scheme extra. Yeah, okay. All right. So, what do we want to do here? I think, so if we attack him, oh, we have to discard the top 10 cards of our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Those got discarded. Okay. So if we attack this villain, after you attack the attached villain, resolve its force responsibility as if, and then as if attacked you, and discard this card. So we can swing for 2. And we're going to hit him for 2. This is discarded, and we're going to discard top 10 cards of our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So everything gets discarded, and we're going to shuffle up, giving an encounter card to us. We are going to exhaust Def Focus and X-Jet for Shadowcat Surprise. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. Let's hit this guy for 3. And we'll ready our hero. We're going to thwart 2 from here. Oh, and then when I did that, I'm flipping this. Okay. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to discard Preemptive Strike and keep the 2 quick fixes. Okay. Threat will be added to the main scheme. He's going to attack for 2. We are going to play Quick Shift. So Quick Shift allows us to defend, be a defender. When an enemy attacks you, draw 2 cards. So we're going to do Quick Shift. He's going to attack for 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to take no damage. We're going to exhaust Electrostatic Armor to deal 1 damage back. This gets flipped. This goes down. And, yes. We have an encounter. Oh, and then we have to discard a support or upgrade we control. We're going to discard Acute Control. Okay. And then we have our 2 encounter cards. So encounter card number 1, we're going to have a Plague and Pestilence. When defeated, the player who defeated the scheme treats the identity traits of blank. Okay, we can completely ignore that though while we're in our 1 form, so that's kind of nice. And then our second encounter card is going to be Dark Designs. Place a pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past, and if it has any counters on it, the villain schemes. So he's going to scheme for 2, 3, 4. This moves down. All right. All right, a lot went on there, but I would like to get rid of some of that threat, so we're going to have to sort some of this out here. Okay. So, with Shadowcat's ability, we can completely disregard this. So we're going to... oh, but I have to do it if while I'm in phase form. I can't do it yet. So, how do we want to do this here? I'm going to attack. We're going to attack him for 2. I'm going to flip this after I attacked. No, that's the wrong order. Sorry. Okay. I need to be in phase form to ignore it. So let's thwart 2 off of here. We're going to exhaust Solid for the attack event and Death Focus for Shadowcat Surprise. Do 3 damage and ready up. We're going to do 3 damage to War. We are going to ready, and then because I attacked, we're going to flip. We're going to thwart 2 from there, and by ignoring this with our ability there, we're going to use X-Jet, this stays on here, to play Unflappable. So after you defend against an attack and take no damage, exhaust Unflappable to draw a card. Let's discard Daredevil and Preemptive Strike for Lockheed. So when Lockheed comes into play, after Lockheed enters play, if you're in solid form, deal 2 damage to an enemy. If you're in phase form, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Remove 2 threat from the scheme. And then we're going to have him hit him and take the 1 consequential. I'm going to keep Quick Shift. We're going to draw up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so threat gets added. Death is going to attack for 2. We are going to play Quick Shift again. So we're going to draw 2 cards. We are now defending. So we're going to take 2, 3, 4. We take no damage. So we're going to exhaust this for Unflappable to draw a card. And then we're going to have to flip this over. And then we're going to just move this down and play an encounter card. The encounter card is going to be Nowhere is Safe. When revealed, place a pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. Then if it has any counters on it, discard an upgrade or support you control. We're going to get rid of Electrostatic Armor. Okay. All right. So we've got to hit him for 2, and we've got to hit him for 8, and we win the game. All right. So what do we want to do here? That'll do 6 damage. Okay, so let's exhaust Solid, Death Focus, and X-Jet for Phase Strike. We're going to do 6 damage to Pestilence. 2, 4, 6. This is going to let me flip this over. We are going to discard Plan B, Preemptive Strike, and Kitty's Room for Black Widow. So Black Widow interrupt when a card is revealed from the encounter deck, exhaust Black Widow and spend a science resource, cancel the effects of that card, discard it, then reveal another counter card from the deck. We're gonna bring her in. We're gonna attack for 2. He's gone, and then we're gonna attack for 1 and attack for 1. And he's defeated. And I think that's it. I think that's it. Hope I didn't get anything wrong here. Yeah, 9 health, 9 health, 9 health, 9 health. Yep. All right. Well, that's a quick game with Shadowcat versus the 4 Horsemen. And, yeah, Shadowcat's good. But, yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if I missed anything, because I don't think I did. But, you know how it is sometimes. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.